Hi there everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to my channel. Amongst other things, I'm a reenactor and a jouster, and today I'm going to be answering some questions that have come from you guys, the community. So first of all, I'm going to go to a question from Robert, who is one of my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you everyone over there for all of your support. Thank you Robert for all of your great questions. And this was such a good question. I've already replied to Robert, but I thought it would be worth sharing with everyone else. So Robert asked, why is it that things like horsemen's hammers and horsemen's axes are so short? And surely being mounted on a horse would actually provide a reach disadvantage if you were fighting against someone on foot. Therefore, why would you want such a short weapon, that being the case? So this is a great question, and this is actually a problem that we know was written about in a later period, around about the Napoleonic era. The cavalry that were using sabres were struggling to take and hold prisoners, because the prisoners could run away, and whenever someone came close to them with a horse, they could just throw themselves to the ground, and the rider with a sabre wouldn't be able to reach them. We know that there were some units that were then equipped with lances to deal with this, and lances were the preferred weapon for units that were escorting prisoners. So we can see that in that period there was an understanding that a shorter weapon was an issue when dealing with lightly armoured foot troops who are trying to get away from you. So why did horsemen's hammers and horsemen's axes throughout the medieval period, why were they so short? Well, for me, I think the main reason is that these are backup weapons. Yes, you could make them slightly better, more useful, I should say, if you made them slightly longer. But the issue is that they need to be worn. Your main weapon as a cavalryman is your lance, and so your backup weapon needs to be worn. It needs to be short enough to be worn and drawn easily and then used. So yeah, there were issues with them, but the need to wear them was considered more important. We see that today in pistols that are used. That most troops in warfare will carry a pistol and then a longer arm as well. And those smaller weapons are just there to be a convenient second weapon when it's needed. Okay, question 2 came from the comment section from Beep Boop. So Beep Boop asked a question. He was saying, if you were wearing your full plate armor and you were fighting against someone who was very lightly armored, how exhausting would it be to try and chase them down? It would be very exhausting, and to the extent that I wouldn't even try, to be honest. And we see that in medieval battles where people are wearing full plate armor, even those that fight the battle on foot, when it comes to the rout stage, they mount their horses at the end of the battle to either run away or to give chase. Armor is extremely good for making you a better fighter. It makes you almost impervious to most man-held weapons, but it does not help you when you're trying to run after someone or run away from someone. A great example of when this actually was a big problem is the Earl of Warwick. He, before the Battle of Barnet, he brought his horse out in front of his whole army and killed it in front of them to say to them, I'm going to die here with you, I'm going to fight and die here with you, I'm not going to run away. So, I'm on foot, and I'm on foot for good. Unfortunately, the gesture was extremely dramatic and extremely cruel. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work out, and he still lost the battle and ended up dying in the rout where he was overtaken and hacked down. So this is just to say that, yeah, the chasing part of a battle happens on horseback, even in England, even in the Wars of the Roses, where most of the nobility fought on foot for most of the battle. I hope that's helpful, Beep Boop, and I hope that's interesting for everyone else. And question number 3 comes from CDK Oh My. So CDK asks, could the gige strap be a bit of an equalizer when the shield is worn forwards like a jousting shield? So this was talking about, this was on my video about how the strap on a kite shield could well be to help assist against blows from a lance. Where stronger blows are coming in, you need to have your shield strapped to your arm instead of just holding it with the strength of the hand. You can find that video on the channel. So I absolutely think that a gige strap is very useful for taking strong hits. We see that actually most of the strapping systems used in jousting does include some kind of gige strap. For those of you who aren't aware, a gige is kind of like a satchel strap that goes around the neck and holds basically the weight of the shield. So then the straps that go around the arm are not holding the weight. You're holding the weight on your shoulder and your back. Yes, so the fact that we see them a lot in jousting shields does suggest that this particular strap is useful when defending against strong hits from cavalry. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I hope that these little answers were useful to you. If you've got any questions, please do leave them down below. And if you want to support the channel, there are loads of ways you can do that. You can find them in the description down below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.